Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Well, we are happy because this time we don't share you tips for the interview. We just share you tips for your new life here in the UK. Everyone is smiling. It's lovely. It's lovely, actually. I like it. Um, it's DR again with our friends, our mentors, our leaders in the UK. We are trying to give you some real life tips, the tips that you were fighting for, you were crying for, you were dying for. It's time to apply them, and it's time to enjoy the new life in the UK in the coming maybe maximum three months. So it's a great honor to be with you guys. We are very happy for you, and we are very happy for the mentorship that in our words we feel that it succeeds, its aim and its purpose, because the numbers discuss and the numbers talk, the numbers give us permission to say yes, this mentorship was successful. Unfortunately, many of our friends didn't make it. We have to consider that we are, in ways, we are lucky because they were also leaders like us. They were outstanding and their application were outstanding, but however we made it. I don't know why I count myself in the process, but we all made it. And again, congratulations. I will not waste more time for today. We have a game, actually. Before starting the process, we are six of the mentors that we did mentorship before, and we gathered again this time to give you tips. But before starting the session, we're gonna waste 2 minutes of a game. Actually, I have tried a game once as a participant, but this time I managed. If there's a problem, uh, we will ignore it. Otherwise, you're gonna enjoy the game. Uh, I'm gonna share my screen with you, and you're gonna use your phones if you have them. If you use laptop, I think it will be difficult for you to manage it because it's Kahoot. It's on an online application, and you're gonna answer some questions if it's possible. So let's see how many participants will participate in the game. Give me a second to share the screen. Okay. So basically you can scan this barcode. Okay, we're gonna choose basic mode. There will be a barcode. You're gonna scan it by your phone. Okay, scan this barcode. Okay, someone confirm that it worked, because I can't come to the application, come to the Zoom again. Okay, Renew registered. Okay, we have Walid. Okay, Maya from Georgia, Sarah from Algeria, maybe. Uh, Queen, I don't know where. Okay, Amia, team leader, group 11. Who else do we have? Okay, Zaid, Amal, more people. Okay, Mao. Okay, Sherry. Okay, go ahead, guys. Let's expand the game. There are more people. 13. Okay, I'm waiting for 20 maybe. In 20. Okay, Sarah Tunsi, I'm sorry. Okay, to Sarah. Go ahead. Okay, 5 more people. I know some of you have problem because you're using your phones, but okay, let's start. No problem. We start. No more people? So basically, you're gonna answer the questions, and I feel you have 20 seconds to answer the questions. Then at the end, we will have winners of the game. Okay, 2 Iraqi people, Rivan and Vin. Okay, YK. I'm gonna start. Go ahead. Okay, we start. So on your phones, you're gonna select Chief Class. You ready? So how many groups did mentorship have? 6, 8, 10, 12. You can choose by your phone, by the way. You're gonna click one of the options. Wow. Okay, 12. Go ahead. Okay, Maya's the first one. Queen, let's go. What is Big Ben? You have to know this. Is it Ben? Is it clock? Both? None of them. Tricky question. Okay. Okay. Okay, great. Let's see. The third question. Where is Belfast located? By the way, this is Titanic. If you come to UK, I feel you must try Belfast and you see like this huge Titanic. With England, North Ireland, Ireland, Scotland. Okay, great. 9 right questions, answers. Okay, great, great. What's the age of this location? These stones, stone heaven. 3,000 years, 3,000 BC. Okay, only 5 correct answers. Okay, YK is the first functional spoken. Okay, one of the mentors live here. Select the mentor. Jerry, Robert, Amanive, poor DR. Come on, 6 people believe I live here, Amma. It's Muhammad. Great. Okay, Walid, the head. Let's go. It's Africa's most populous country. South Africa, Algeria, Kenya, Nigeria. One of the mentors live in this country. We have 14 answers. Great. Okay. Wow. Wow. Nigeria. Hello, Nigeria. Great. Okay. YK again. Okay. This is Saint Lucia, home of Sherry, Olainka, Lilian, Gulnera. One of the mentors live here. Come on.
Oh my God.
Sherry lives here. Okay, great. 4 correct answers. Okay, number 8. This is Castle of Lancaster, my city, Edinburgh, Glasgow, Cardiff. You should visit here. No, you must. No choice. Okay, 6 correct answers. This is the Castle of Edinburgh. Okay. Okay, Sherry, Sarah. Okay, great, great, great. The last, no, before the last question, what's the rate of accepted cheveners in this group? I mean, mentorship. 31 percentage, 41, 51, 61. The people who made chevening selected. Oh, only 2 people. Okay, the last question. Where is Sky from? This flag, this flag, this flag, or what? By the way, oh, I can't give more information. Okay, only two people knew. Sky is from Indonesia, Poland, Indonesia, and Singapore. Let's see the results. The third one is YK. Congratulations. Mao. Second one, and the first one is Sherry. Congratulations. Sarah's the fourth one. Okay. Okay, let's finish this. I hope you enjoyed the game. Actually, I prepared this game in, I feel, in 10 minutes. Believe me, I tried at morning. Sky was aware of that, but it was not. I don't know. There was a problem, but I did it in 10 minutes. So sorry for any mistakes. So we start our mentorship, our speaking, and we start with Olenka, if she's here. Olenka will be talking about the what are we supposed to do after getting the email that we are selected, from unconditional offers, signing papers, and confirming the papers, and what if we don't have offers. She will talk about this. I feel that some of you already have fixed this, but there are still people who need more information. Go ahead.
Okay, hello, ladies and gentlemen. So glad to see these beautiful faces of successful people. It's always a highly contested and contended challenge, and I want to congratulate you. It's a big honor, and you're welcome to the family of the very prestigious Chevening. Yeah, thank you, Dia. My name is Evelyn Olayinka. I'm from Nigeria, currently in Leeds, studying international health. I have my background in nursing. Okay, so let's get to the business. Now that you have been chosen conditionally, you have a lot of stuff to do. I know the feeling could be overwhelming. You could be wondering what is next. And even though when you know what is next, it's actually very overwhelming. You have so much to do now, especially when you're working and or if you are working. However, just take it one day at a time and you will get there. So first, you need to sign the long list of documents sent to you by your PO. You will be getting the emails soon. You will have a long document attached to an email. You have to print them out. You have to carefully read the emails. They are very long, I can assure you. Mine was very long. So I just left myself for like 3 days to calm down. So when I calmed down from the excitement, euphoria, I started reading and I made sure that I read everything until I was able to assimilate it. So take time to read it as many times as possible, the email, then download the attachment and read them carefully. Make no mistake. It's a very sensitive stage. You cannot afford to make a mistake now. So you will read some, you will sign some in your own handwriting. You will be accepting the offer officially and agreeing to the terms of the scholarship. You will scan. They will tell you which one to scan and send back to a particular email. The person sending that document to you now will be your program officer UK. They call them PO UK folk. So you will be returning those documents, a specific page, you'll be returning them to that email. Now, they will warn you, do not, we are very busy, we will be responding to this email within 3 to 5 working days. Just respect it. You are their baby, they're not going to leave you at this time. So when they say we'll respond in 3-4 days, just trust them, they will respond. So don't keep sending emails or battering them with email. It distracts and it could be annoying, okay? So you don't want to start on a very wrong note with your PO. You have a whole 1 year to stay together. So send the email, you can bookmark it, you can star it, you can flag it so that when it comes, you can keep following up. So you return those documents and they will get back to you when they say they'll get back to you. And after that, you also have some work to do. Those papers, you have to keep them. And you have if you have not received an offer from your university, or if you still have some pending offer, maybe the one that you truly want to go to, they are here to send it to you. Once the offer is sent to you, today is 6, right? So you have on 14, excuse me, that will be next week. So as soon as you have the offer, that's next week, Thursday. That's how many working days now? So you may need to put prayer on your school because the offer is at stake. If you do not get, okay, let me step back. I'm getting ahead of myself. Excuse me. If you have received an offer of your preferred or most preferred university and you have uploaded your offer letter, unconditional offer now, unconditional offer from your most preferred UK university, kindly upload it into your account, your portal, your application portal. Upload it before the deadline. They are not joking. So if that is with you, do that now. And I would advise you to write down what you have to do now. Write it down so that you don't miss out anything. I will have to upload my unconditional offer letter. I will have to print, sign, scan, and upload these documents back to my PO UK check. I will have to do this. Just make a list according to their priority of what you have to do, so you don't leave anything out. And if you do not have an offer yet, you need to put some firm but gentle prayer on your university so that they can, if they want you in their school, if they want Chevening's money, they need to give you that offer ASAP so that you can upload it. Now, at this stage, you do not need any conditional offer. You need an unconditional offer. Chevening at this stage does not work with conditional offer. You are at the very sensitive stage of your journey to becoming a scholar completely. Now, if you have a conditional offer for your university and they are asking you probably to make a deposit so that they can give you your cars, or they're asking you to meet some, if the condition they want you to meet is about money, you need to do them a very decent email telling them about your Chevening award and that you cannot make that deposit. Chevening will take care of it. There is no university in the UK that does not know Chevening, whether they partner with them or not. So you may need to quickly do that and know where they are going. Now, if you have conditional offer that the requirement is not about money, if it is on you, probably you need to submit a document or you need to do something. At times it takes these officers a while. I mean, officers from your university now, they have huge load of emails that they attend to every day. And if you do not make haste and put some prayer, if you have to make some calls, if you have to flag the email, they might not attend to you early. So if what they want you to do is not monetary, if it's about you submitting a document or making some clarification, I beg you, this is the time to get to it. It's very important. Okay, so now let's get back to, we talked about offer and the deadline that you have to put the letter back into your Chevening application portal. I can't remember the name now. Before the deadline, don't wait for that day. If you have it now, go ahead and get it done.
It is.
You're like, goodbye.
Do we have a question? Is somebody saying something? Okay. All right. Everything that we have to do is interwoven. Talking about what to do after you have uploaded your signed document and press forward your offer if you do not have an offer yet has been taken care of. I'm not sure if I'm leaving anything out. I don't know. Dia will talk about other things that has to do with conditional award letter and the final award letter. So I would like to stop at this junction. If I have any question, if there is any question for me, that will be taken care of during the question and answer session. Congratulations once again, guys. I'm so happy that you made it this far, and I'm so proud of you. And I know you will do great, great things for the family.
Thank you so much, Monica, for your tips. Okay, we keep on the process, and we have Net BTD. She will be talking about accommodation, how to find it on campus or off campus, and what are the suggested webs to find accommodation. Go ahead, friend.
Thanks, dear. I hope I'm audible. And congratulations to everyone that's made it. It's a huge milestone, one that you can, put it as a collection of memories that you'll be making henceforth. My name is Ndombizo Didi. As Dia said, I am from South Africa. I'm from Cape Town, South Africa. I'm reading an MSc Climate Change and Development from the University of Reading. And I've been asked to speak briefly about accommodation or give you some points. I know some of the mentors will probably add later on wherever I've missed. But I'll also share my lived experience and the experience of those that I've engaged with when it comes to the issue of accommodation. I'm sure we'll be able to email you the links to look for private accommodation. I'll ask Dia to do that so that you don't have to write things down currently. So I think the first thing when it comes to accommodation is to do your research I didn't have that opportunity because everything from my side was delayed. So I found that the day before the university accommodation process closed, I had to just submit the top 3 places of rooms or residences that I wanted to stay in. So I just didn't look beyond that. So that was sort of a disadvantage for me because I didn't have time to look for options and look for options outside the halls and be able to compare prices against my stipend, which is very important. The stipend may not be able to cover your accommodation in certain instances. The stipend is not a lot of money. It's really not a lot of money. Particularly, I see everyone saying yes, who's experienced it, especially for those that are staying in London and yeah, it's literally your stipend. You might end up using all your stipend just for accommodation and not have anything else to pay for your living expenses. This is not to scare you, but to give you the realistic, honest picture. So the stipend has remained the same for the past 6 years, from what I gathered. £1,100 for those that are staying on the outskirts, and £1,200 for those that are staying in London, because accommodation in London is extremely expensive. But across the UK it is generally. So you might find that half of your stipend goes to, if you stay on the outskirts, goes to your accommodation, particularly if you stay in the halls. I think the one thing that made me choose the halls is that I felt I'm going to be safe, close to the library, close to things, but that's how South Africa is as well when it comes to your accommodation. It's usually hall accommodation or raised accommodation. It's usually in one place. Or at close proximity. So that's why I chose the hall. So literally almost 2/3 of my stipend, around about £700, went to just accommodation. But fortunately, it was a catered package. So I know of others that are staying in London that have a stipend of 1,200 and they literally spending 1,100 on their accommodation. I know, I'm just sharing these experiences. I know of one person that's studying in New York that's literally paying 1,400 pounds for their accommodation, which means they have to cover the gap of 300 pounds from their own pocket. So do your research and see what is best for you, taking into consideration that you have a limited budget, which is your stipend, unless if you're willing to pay out of your pocket. What I have experienced is that those with my classmates, those that are usually staying in private accommodation pay less, 300, 400, 500 pounds just for the accommodation, the Wi-Fi and water, electricity. So they have a lot of money remaining just to save, also to travel, and also for their living expenses. So do your research. If you do choose private accommodation, look at the contract, particularly when it comes to electricity and water and Wi-Fi. Some places include those things as part of your the amount that you have to pay, and some don't. So just create room for that. Read your contracts. Look for those key things, especially because you'll be coming at a time when it's going to be winter. So electricity naturally will go up, logically will go up. The price will go up, meaning that you'll probably pay more for electricity. So it's important to look at accommodation, the context of the amount that you have as a chevener, which is £1,100. You don't want to be in a situation whereby you use all your money and you're hungry in the UK, because I've heard there are instances where people have said that they used all their stipend and they don't have money to eat, which is sad and disheartening. So do your research thoroughly. We will share links. I'll ask Dia to share links where you can look for private accommodation. If you have a fellow chevener that's studying at the university or live around the town where you'll be studying, ask them for advice so that they're able to give you advice of where you can stay and links where you can get more information. Ask your university for more information. They'll be able to give you on their sites more information about their halls, but also more information about private accommodation. Perhaps they have accredited houses or housing bodies that are linked to the university that will be able to give you more information. And also try and avoid not to be scammed, because I know there are scammers where they'll ask you for money, and then you pay because you're in a panic, and Just be cautious of those things. Also, communicate with the university accommodation, inform them that you're a Chevener, and so that they don't pressurize you to pay the deposit immediately to secure a place. So that will help you as well to just, drop the pressure. And also just plan financially for your stay throughout the year. Look at your accommodation contracts. There are 40-week contracts, which means that they end in June, and there are 51-week contracts which end in September. Those that have 40 weeks contracts will then have to look for either extend their accommodation paying more, or have to look for private accommodation. And at times, these agents don't want to take students who are going to stay for 2-3 months or less than a year. They want you to take a contract for over a year. So just be cautious of those things, guys. Just do your research. You have time, communicate with the university, find people that are able to help you with accommodation, getting more information, and just contact us. You can contact us through DIA. We'll send you links which will help you to look for accommodation, and just talk to us if you have any challenges or any problems. Thanks, Dia. I hope I've covered as much as I can. And also, I hope I haven't scared you, but I'm trying to also bring, the realities of lived experiences, so that you don't come here thinking that everything's going to be cozy and that the stipend will cover everything. So just be wary. Thanks, Dia. Thanks for the time. And congratulations.
Thank you so much. You did great. You mentioned many important questions. Especially, I emphasize on the point of scammers. Actually, when I came UK, one of the points that I was surprised with was these scammers. Okay, there are scammers everywhere. So you don't pay the payment if it's not formal, or if it's not agency, if it's not recorded here in the UK, if they don't have a real website or real details. Be careful about this. Okay, great. So I think it's my turn. I'm gonna talk about visa application, call, family visa application, and the procedures and booking flights. So till this point, I'll be with you. So at this moment, you have already, most of you have already replied to your program officer that you have selected a university and you have unconditional offer, or some of you are working to get unconditional offer and request or confirm what university you are going for. So probably after, maybe in the next 2 to 4 weeks, you're gonna receive another file, which is called final award letter. Okay, and this final award letter provides you information about the cost of your course and the stipend that you're gonna receive monthly, and living allowance. When you come here, they will give you some money to buy your living allowance, living tools and stuff that you needed to start your life here. You are going to send this letter to your university. Some universities are strict to give conditional offer. I mean, CAS, conditional offer, that is okay to apply for visa. Some universities are very strict. Some of them are okay. In my case, I remember Lancaster University. Whenever I sent them my email that I've been selected, they directly changed my conditional offer to CAS letter. They didn't give me unconditional offer. They directly give me CAS letter. But some of university give unconditional offer and they wait for final letter from Chevening that shows that you have payment, you have money, and you have everything. Then they will provide you CAS. So when you have your final letter and you have your CAS from university, you will start to apply for visa application. There's a website on Google. You're gonna just write down UK visa application and you're gonna start the process. In the process, you're gonna choose student visa and you're gonna keep on the procedures. It's very easy and very clear. Be careful if at the end of the application, if you found out that you have to pay something, you have to pay money, I assure you that there's a problem, because your application is free of visa service and free of health insurance. Both of them are free for you as participants, okay? Because you are a student and you are supported by Chevening. So if there's a problem, you're gonna ignore this application, or if it's possible, you're gonna withdraw it. You're gonna start again with another email. Okay, don't waste your time. So spending 6-7 days to expire this email. No, start with another email. You just need a visa, and you're gonna start again by filling your information, but make sure with someone who has experience to tell you what's the problem, what's wrong in the visa application. So when you apply, you're gonna receive your visa in maybe a month. I don't know, maybe 3 weeks. It depends on your country and the consulate, the embassy of your country, how they proceeded. But you will have an interview at UK Consul or UK Visa Center, and that's all. Your passport will be given you in maybe 2, 3, 4 weeks. It depends on your country. We can't say when exactly. So when you have your passport back, it's stamped with the UK visa, you're gonna book a flight on Diversity Travel in the UK. The website exactly is diversitytravel.com. You will have your account. You're gonna make your account and you register with as a chevener. So you're gonna have your ticket. You just provide information and the date that you want to travel, and they will answer you in a couple of days, maybe 3-4 days. They will provide you some options. Make sure that your flight is correct. You don't need other visas. Maybe if it's transit, you don't need visa for another country to come to the UK, because the website is it's general. Other people use it. It's not only for Chevening, or it's not special for Chevening. So when you have your flight, you're gonna come to the UK. Congratulations. I believe that most of you will not believe that you are in the UK till you land, because it was the same for most of us. So no problem. You can check all countries on the sky. Great. So after that, of course, before you come, there's an event or pre-departure event. Your country will manage it for all accepted cheveners, maybe or maybe not. You're gonna receive some stuff in your country. Most importantly, it's countless card, which has I think the allowance money and your first month stipend. So it's deactivated, it's not active, but when you come to the UK, your program officer will send you all information how to activate the card, and you're going to activate the card. You're going to use that card. But at the moment you activate your card, you can use it for I think 2-3 months. After that, you have to have your own bank account, and you're going to send your details of bank account to your program officer, so they will send you the other stipends to your new bank account. And for opening a bank account, there are many ways. Actually, there are 2 types of bank accounts: the banks that exist, and the banks that are online. Both of them work very well. For instance, currently I have both accounts. For instance, we have Halifax, we have Lloyd's, we have Santander, we have these banks that they have offices in all cities, and we have Barclays, we have what else? We have Starlink. These 2 banks are very famous for online banking. You're gonna apply online, you don't need anything. So for applying the bank, you need a BRP, your BRP. For the BRP, you're gonna receive BRP maybe 10 days after your arrival to the UK. You have already mentioned an address in your application that you're gonna live in this address, and they will send you the BRP for that address. So you're gonna fix this like that. One more point regarding the people who apply for their family. It's the same procedure. If you are married, man or woman, no problem. Or if you have partner, if partner is allowed in your country by rules, and it's fixed by law, so it's quite normal. You're gonna apply for your partner or your wife or your children. It's the same procedure. For some people, I've confirmed that national health is also free, and some of people have told us that they have paid for national health. I don't know why some pay and some didn't pay. I feel that there's a mistake in the application, because there should be a link, there should be a code to link both applications, so your family will be counted with you as a dependent, so your family will not pay the health insurance because it's very expensive. So check this. If anyone has a problem, I don't know, you can email me or you can email one of us. We will investigate on this matter. I think that's all by my side. So you will probably enjoy your staying. We go to Yadizdas. Yadizdas, she will talk about.
Dr. Sorry for interrupting. I think you mentioned the visa for family members. I don't think you mentioned that. Or
Okay.
Sorry for interrupting.
Okay, great. You can. I mentioned, but very maybe I'm gonna mention again. For family members, you are okay. You can apply with your application. You can apply together. Okay, you make another application. You apply it with your application together at the same day or at the same time, and you have the choice to apply for your family visa later. Maybe you come here, you stay here for a couple of months, you find an accommodation, and then you apply it. It's the same procedure. Okay, so if you have wife or if you are engaged legally, it needs legal documents, marriage certificate or legal document, and it also needs to prove that you can afford them enough living stipends, living payments. So you have to have a bank account, a formal bank account, a statement that shows you have at least $10,000. It means it's about, I feel, £8,000. So you have to have £8,000 in your account to show that you can afford living needs for your family, and marriage certificate or engagement certificate. I feel that's all. For your family, you don't need English language requirements because they are dependent and their visa will be dependent. That's all. For accommodation, I think Nitum didn't mention that it's up to you. You have to find somewhere that's suitable for your family. So you probably will pay more than a single person. You have to consider that, and you have to find somewhere else by yourself. Even if you apply for university, you can apply for a flat or a studio that is bigger, but you pay more. So it's like that for family members. But be careful when you apply for your family members. In one of the steps of visa, it will require you to link your application serial number with your family application serial number. So when in the UK, when they consider the application, they know that she or he is with you, so they are your dependent. You have to consider this. I don't remember exactly how it worked, but you will come to the stage that you will find that that option in visa application. So we go to Yadis. She will be talking about how to plan tours and exploring UK, when and maybe why. Go ahead.
The why. I'm just gonna start with the why. Anyways, congratulations everyone first. Happy for you to have been on this stage and waiting for sorry. I've been losing my English since I came here. I keep like forgetting English words. So forget like ignore me. Can you hear me? You can hear me, right? Okay. So anyways, congratulations, and we'll be waiting for you here. If anyone is coming to Sussex University in Brighton, let me know. I'll be happy to help out in any way. And as for traveling, I'm not gonna lie, the first thing I said when I got my scholarship was, yay, I'm gonna travel. So that was my like, and so it depends on your perspective and it depends on how you're gonna do it. And Chevening is going to sell out the way of just travel, explore the UK. One of the reasons, like you were asked within your scholarships, within your interviews, what are you looking forward to while you're studying in the UK, right? And most of you, I'm pretty sure, have answered saying exploring the UK. So the UK has different places where you can go. There's Wales, there's Scotland, there's Ireland, and then there is England. So it depends on where you want to go. It depends on your travel experience and your travel, not experience, but like your, sorry, your energy to
Passion?
travel. Sorry? What did you
Passion,
say?
desire?
Yes, thank you. Your passion to travel and all of that. And the first thing you need to get while you're here is rail card. So that's the one thing I would suggest. That rail card helps you while you're traveling within the UK and also while you're traveling within the city you're going to be located at. So because rail card just takes out like uh some percentage from the price that's gonna give it to you. So rail card is a must when you come here. And you can apply as a student, you can apply for it. You're only like you're gonna pay like £30 for it. But you can see it like I traveled to Scotland from Brighton to Scotland, and the whole price without rail card was around like 100 and something pounds, but with rail card it was around like £60. So it takes out half sometimes. So it's always good to have a rail card, and it's always good to travel with a train. And there is a way you can travel with a car if you can. There are if you have an international driving license, you can rent out a car and just travel within the UK. Your international driving license would give you 1 year within the UK to just rent a car and travel within the UK. So if you have an international driving license, you can drive. If not, you can always take the train. I take the train. And as to when to travel, like I said, it depends on your passion. I started traveling after 1 month I got here. I was just stuck in Brighton and I'm like, okay, I'm done with Brighton. I'm just gonna go see another part of the country. So just explore the cities around you, and then you can just go for the longer trips. And then as you become more comfortable, then you can just go for the longer ones as well. And it's always good to know which ones you can do. Like, can I do a day trip or can I just do a stay over? It's good to use Google Maps to just figure out where you're situated and like the places you want to visit. And always ask a fellow Chevener or an alumni like the places you want to visit. There are like basic places that are always sold to visit, like Edinburgh. You have to visit Edinburgh if you're here, Glasgow, and then London. If you're not located in London, you have to visit London. And so there are some places out there that you have to visit. and you have to see. And then some places in Wales, Swansea is a must-see as well. It's a very beautiful city. But Swansea, you see it when it's summer because it's very, very cold. I went to Edinburgh in winter and it was really cold. We actually did a hike up there's a place called Attire. We hiked up there and it was -2 degrees when we got to the top. Me and my friends were freezing. I had 2 gloves on my hands and I was still freezing. And by the time we went back down, I couldn't feel my hands and my hands were swollen because it was that cold. So it's always good to get prepared for the weather and all of that. And another thing, it's expensive to travel within the UK. And Chevening is going to push you to travel. It's going to be like, travel, do this. And they're going to do a treasure hunt thing where you're going to be like, you're going to be divided into groups, red team and blue team. And then you have to go and travel and take pictures where they say you have to take a picture. And so it's going to be like, it creates a sense of like some battle between the 2 teams, but also it creates a sense of traveling as well. But know that at the back of your mind, it's going to be expensive. I work within the UK, so that's how I fund my travels, because the Chevening stipend does not cover my travel. No, it doesn't. So it's mostly good to work within there's somebody saying no. So it's always good to have like work to cover your expenses. And other than that, I think that's it. But if you want to travel outside the UK, there are places that you can travel with your BRP. You don't need a visa for them. You only need to have your BRP, which is a resident permit, to travel there. And another one is if you want to travel within Europe, like to France or other Europe Schengen countries, I suggest you apply for them like after 3 months you're there, because by the time summer rolls up around like June, July, and April, May, all the appointments are going to be filled up for 3 months straight. I started my application in March, and like the earliest appointment I could find was in what are we on? June. That was like 3 months after I started my application. So it's always good to start your application earlier on if you want to travel. And if you have any questions, I'm not gonna go to details about it, but just know where you want to go and always have a rail card with you, which is good because it helps out while on the train, and then use a train, or if you have an international driving license, you can rent out a car and just do, because there's going to be a big break in December, the Christmas break. It's going to be, my university had a 3 weeks break. So during that time, you'll be working on your 4 weeks. So you'll be working on your assignments also, and you would be you'd have free time as well. So during that time you can travel. So some of my friends actually rented out a car and just drove for 2 weeks straight. So you can always do that. If you have any questions with regards to this, let me know. And then if anybody's coming to Sussex University, let me know. I'll be glad to help. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much. We have Sherry. She will be talking about academic life and its expectations. Go ahead, Sherry.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Well, I'm Shanil Shalri. I'm currently attending Leeds Beckett University, so I'm also in Leeds with Evelyn, and I'm doing my master's in sport and exercise biomechanics, and I'll be talking about academic expectations. So coming from the Caribbean, I would say that the teaching style in the UK is very different from what I'm used to back home, and that is a major thing that we need to take into account of what you're used to. That is not what you're here. So that is important. There is the course load. Sometimes you think that, okay, I'm doing 2 courses, I can manage until the assignments get there. And trust me, sometimes you may regret that you're even doing a degree in the first place based on personal experience, because it gets a lot. And I would advise to do a lot of time management, get a diary, write it down, because the deadlines reach so fast. You think like, okay, we're just in January, the new semester is starting. I would say that semester 2 did fly by compared to semester 1. I found semester 1 was slow, but then semester 2 is done. I don't know where the time went. So just try to pace yourself, write it down, write the deadlines, pay attention, don't leave it for last minute, work on the assignments bit by bit. Okay? Take that advice. Just remember that. And there's different modes of assessment. So not every course has exams. Some of them have essays, some have presentations, some have labs, some have group work. Group work. Well, I'll get to that in a minute. But so you need to take that into account. The different modes of assessment, different way of marking, that is also different here, how they mark the work. While you may think that your work is excellent, don't have high expectations, because the lecturers mark very differently here compared to what I'm used to. When it comes to group work, try to befriend people in your class as early as possible, so you know how everybody works and how everything goes. Because based on personal experience, it is very difficult to work with people who come from different cultures or operate differently from you do, or from how you do. So that may affect your grade a bit. And I don't think you want anything to affect your grade. In terms of the UK's grading system, so it is a bit different. They have A is 70 to 100, that's first class. Then 60 to 69 is upper second class. 50 to 59, lower second class. And 40 to 49 is third class. So in the UK, anything below a 40 is a failing grade. So if you get 40 and up, you pass. And that is also dependent on your university too, because I know come September, my university is changing the passing mark to 50 from 40. So you need to look into that. And as we're on grades, don't expect an 80 to 100. I'm not trying to be pessimistic, but just realistic, because the lecturers do tell you that they don't give 80 to 100 on essays very easy. If you're doing like a science subject or a math course, it may be easier to get 80 to 100 because you know the answers are, there's one answer. You're doing multiple choice, there's one answer. But when it comes to writing essays, they are a bit picky with the grading system. So most people who do get first class degrees usually get between 70 and 79. And 60 to 69, which is upper second class, it's considered a good grade. So if you do get a 60 to 69, don't beat yourself up about it, because you still did fairly good. So remember that anything below 40 is a fail in the UK. In terms of other expectations, I would say be open-minded. Try to work around everything. Don't limit yourself or don't be too comfortable, because when you're here, the way of learning you thought that you had before in your undergrad, it takes a whole different thing turn in your postgrad. And the UK masters is harder than most of us expected. It is a lot. Again, I'll say it is a lot. It is not all fun and games, although, you know, Chevening does post everybody's having fun and enjoying life, but it is a lot. So make sure that amid the partying and the having fun, that you do take the work seriously, because you did come here to do work, you did come here to get a degree. You do have to have some free time, because if you focus too much on studying, you might just go crazy or something. But try to manage your time, because as a scholarship recipient during the interview, I'm sure most people did say they have good time management and that they are able to handle a university master's degree. So just remind yourself that, and the time is going to get there really quickly. I find that our year just went by. To me, we just got here in September and it's already July and September is coming again. So try to enjoy it as much as possible. Get to know your university. I know there are many student societies at various schools. Try to volunteer, interact, get to know your lecturers. Maybe you might get an opportunity to return here after the 2 years in your country. So try to network and use all the resources that your school has available. So that is a short brief on academic expectations.
Thank you so much, Chanel. It was really useful. So we go to Sky Kasumaste Sakartasia from Indonesia, my classmates. Go ahead, Sky. Sky will be talking about what you need to bring with yourself and how to buy some stuff, where to buy, and what are the famous markets, shopping centers in the UK, and what's the price of clothing in the UK? Should we buy our stuff in our own country or should we buy them here? Sky will mention some tips or some experience regarding these points. Go ahead, Sky.
Okay, thank you, dear. Can you hear me okay right now? Okay, perfect. So first of all, you mispronounced my name. It's Kartiasa Kusumastuti, but that's okay. Just call me Sky, okay? So basically what I'm going to inform you today is the packing tips, like how you manage the space that are limited, right? What are to be prioritized to bring with you when you are coming to the UK. So number one on my list is that you need to be really strategic in managing your space, because if you bring, for example, too much clothes, then you will actually have no space to bring something that make you miss home. I mean, like, it is necessary for you to bring some autumn related clothing, for example, some jackets, some heat tech, something that you buy from Uniqlo, and what is it that you can layer with something else, because you will be arriving here during fall or autumn season. It will be a bit cold, especially for those who are coming from tropical countries like me, for example, but not as cold as winter. But it's like basically the transition between summer to winter, so you are expecting warm to cold weather. So please bring some jeans, for example, some thick clothes, some clothes that you can layer on, but don't spend too much space to bring that. Why? Because actually the space in your luggage can be manifested for something else. For example, bring spices from your house, right? It's very essential for you to, because, you know, in the first 1 to 3 months, you will suffer for fish and chips and cold sandwich. Like, come on. I know maybe in some interview you say, oh, I'm so interested to try fish and chip. Come on, it's just fries and fish. Yeah, so you're gonna miss a lot from your hometown. So please bring some spices, some instant noodles, for example, anything that's simple but can help you to adapt with the food here. Because if you cannot eat, of course you cannot function well in your academic or social life here, right? So be strategic on that. And also, if you like to swim, for example, if you like to do some sport, you can bring some reasonable sport utensils. For example, I bring my swimsuit, and I also bring my yoga mat. But make sure that do not bring something like that too extra, because you can always buy it here in the UK. And next of all, please bring some formal attire as well, because we will have the summit where you can actually show your national costume or maybe your formal costume, and you will mingle with other cheveners, all cheveners actually from the UK. So you need to bring that, at least one, and also bring some formal attires just in case you are bumped into some formal situations. It's also necessary. And how is it like actually to, what kind of clothes that you can wear in the UK when you go to the university? Actually, in the UK, it's less formal in a sense. So we basically can wear anything comfortable, but it must be weather appropriate. So don't be surprised during summer, for instance, you're gonna see people with quite, open clothes, right? Just wear some mini pants or something like that. Don't be surprised. That will be one of the cultural differences that is good. You experience that, right? And then please bring some kitchen utensils that you think necessary and help you to survive at least for a week. For instance, I would bring some lunchbox, some water bottles that will keep hot water or something like that, so I can survive for the first week. Because in the first day of my arrival here, I don't know whether I'm going to arrive at night or in the morning. Then I will like confused what to, how to store food and stuff. Bring some bed sheet, because usually when you arrive to the accommodation, there will be no bed sheet at all. So just bring that in case. Bring, maybe travel pillows or something that will make you comfortable at least for one night, right? And then I don't know if it's like a thing in your country or not, but for me, this is necessary. This is so-called portable bidet. So when you do something in the toilet, in my country, I usually wash it with water, but in the UK, it's not something like that, right? They usually wipe using tissue. So maybe before you get adapt to that, you need to buy something like this. It's called portable bidet. There is also electronic version of this. This is helpful. And next of all is that in case you haven't known that in the UK, the socket would be like this. The three, I don't know how to call this, but it's something like this, yeah. So you need to, if you have different type of socket, make sure you have this kind of stuff, right? That will transfer your country style socket into UK style socket. And also please bring the extension cable. So in case there will be only one socket from your bed and you need to, adjust the room and stuff. So you will have an extension cable for that. And the other important thing is that please bring enough amount of hair care and skin care, because the products here will be different. There will be many different products that might not fit your skin, not fit your hair. So please make sure that you bring enough supply of that. Okay. And you also can do check on the website, for example, if this particular product is actually sold in the UK or not. Usually product from Asia, maybe Africa, it will be rare. They usually have product from the US, from Europe, but for Asia and Africa is not many products like that. Okay, so I think that's about the packing tips. And then related to shopping, of course, you can do regular shopping in the UK. There is a local markets. There's also supermarkets. There are names of famous supermarkets here. For example, for the cheaper one, that will be Aldi and Lidl. For the a bit expensive one, there will be Sainsbury's, and for Morrison, and for the high class level of supermarket, that will be White Rose. Not available in all cities, but if you are in a big city, that will be stuff like that, right? Thank you for the mentor who are giving the list on the chat box, yeah. And for shopping, you can also download application called Unidays, Unidays. So Uniday is basically an application where students can have discount. So when you do online shopping or in-store shopping in a famous brand, you usually get some discount from that. So I usually check it first and then, oh, I get some discount from Body Shop. Let's go shopping. Then I make use of it, right? And also the supermarket. Oh, and also student beans. Yeah, thank you so much, Charlotte. So for the supermarket, they also have a membership card. Yeah, I think Dia show me one. Yeah, but I didn't actually apply for that. In Sainsbury, you will have what's so-called Nectar card, where you can actually apply and shop in Sainsbury with cheaper prices. And also for clothing, again, it's like personal preference, yeah. But for me, instead of buy brand new clothes, I usually go to the charity shop first. Yeah, so charity shop is that the place where people usually donate their clothing. and then we can buy with a cheaper price. The reason why I choose that, because in UK there is 4 seasons, in my country is also 1 season, so why should I bother to buy expensive clothes if I don't wear it again in my country when I return, right? So I go to the charity shop, I got a great deal. Some charity shops such as St. John's St. John Hospice or something, they usually have £1 sale for all clothing, and this is like one of the charity shop deal actually. and it was good. I mean, like it's in a good condition. You can go to British Heart Foundation. You can also go to Oxfam and many other places, yeah, where you can actually buy the thrift clothing there. And also another advice, pre-arrival advice. If you are girls and you love to look always on point with your hair, please cut your hair before you are coming to the UK, because here beauty salon is expensive. Like, trust me, yeah. Or you can find someone that can help you cutting your hair, but that would be rare to have someone like that. So make sure that you cut your hair, you do your self-care first properly before you are coming here. Otherwise, you're gonna spend a lot for hair care. Just for your information, when I trim my hair, only trim, not even hairstyling, I spent around £40. So that was like, yeah, not anymore. Yeah, so it's hopefully this tip's useful for you. And then make sure you do like dental check, eye check. Make sure you bring your spare glasses, bring the glasses prescription as well if it's necessary, your health prescriptions. It's very important, okay? And then, well, make sure you bring your traveling documents properly, like passport, your LOA, all printed, just in case you bump into trouble during entering the countries, right? Bring your ID card, but after you get your BRP, you actually don't need to bring it everywhere. Just keep it in your accommodation, because then you will have a student card, yeah, which also can be attached with your bus card. So just bring these 2 items. You can travel in town and also show that you are a student of the university. So as simple as that. And also for the cash card, later your PO will send you a cash card. It's a card where the Chevening will send you money, right, before you are making a bank account, local bank account in the UK. So please make sure that you activate your cash card before you use it, because some forgot to activate that, and it cannot be used, of course, in the UK, right? So make sure you activate your cash card. And everything here, mostly, I would say 80%, or maybe in a big city, 95% cashless. So you can basically just use your e-money. You can also make a mobile bank account or internet bank account. So you don't need to pay using card, just like tap, 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 and tap. But in some places, when I travel, in a smaller city, smaller town, they don't accept that kind of system. So it's better for you to also bring some cash. But remember that entering the UK, you can only bring cash maximum £10,000, that's quite a lot. So why would we bring that such much money? But you need some cash, definitely. In my experience, I bring £500 just in case I need to pay cash. Just in case I need to pay cash. And now I'm still have that money with me. So it's not like, yeah, I just use some because I always tap. But you still need to bring cash, not that much. Okay? And yeah, someone already mentioned that upon your arrival, you need to apply for rail card. I will send you the link of rail card. Rail card is basically the card that you can get discount for your train tickets. And then please apply NHS as soon as possible. You need to apply for the GP or general practitioner. So basically everyone in the UK will be assigned to the closest GP. So please apply for that. I will also share you the link about that. And then what else? I think that's all from me. Yeah. For the security reason, please do not bring lots of cash with you everywhere. Please leave your BRP at your accommodation. Just bring your ID, student ID, bus card, cash card. That's all. I think that's all, dear. Is there anything I missed? Or maybe we can continue in the question and answer session. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sky. You provided a lot of information that even we didn't plan for. Great. Thank you, guys. Thank you, dear cheveners, to this nice tips and information that you provided for our friends. So it's time to answer some questions directly. Consider the time. You have only 10 minutes. We will make it 15 minutes. So it's important that the question is new, maybe, or the situation is in ways is urgent. You can just raise your hand if you have questions, and please only each person one question maybe, so we can manage the time. And please direct your question for one of us so we could manage it. Go ahead, Muhammad. Muhammad, go ahead. Okay. Evelyn, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Of course, you know, it's not a question. I just want to quickly add some things. As my beautiful ladies were speaking, some things were just coming to my mind. I just want to quickly add. They've done a good job just to add from my own experience to what they're saying. Because when you're on the other side and you are hearing like this, I want you guys to know that we are speaking to you as brothers and sisters with all our love. We are not trying to get you panic. We're not trying to make you afraid. We are supporting you. Many of us do not have this opportunity of anybody telling us what to do. Some of us got information from the YouTube and all of that. So, and some of those information, taking them hook, line, and sinker can, hook, line, and sink can be damaging. So whatever we are telling you here, their advice, their counsel, check it out, adapt it to your own situation. Yeah. So traveling within your city, you may need to get, I think all the cities have their own app. When I got to this country in Success, I was asked, in Brighton, I was asked to download Behove. Here in Leeds is a first bus and all of that. So just don't panic, calm down. You're going to learn some things yourself when you get here. Just take it one day at a time and don't beat yourself up. Select your travel wisely. It's so good to travel, but watch your academic calendar. Chevening will be sending you what they call scholagram every month. And you will see a lot of activity here. Don't jump at it. Then just carefully look at what you can take. Don't have assignments and start jumping, go places. And at the same time, try and explore, but just use your wisdom and be careful with your choices. There are going to be a lot of culture shock. Be calm and just cut yourself a lot of slacks. The money is small, but not too small. The job can be challenging. So if you know that you won't be able to accommodate the stress of work with your academic work, just manage what you've been given. Because by the time you start working, it may take a whole lot of toll on you. Maybe you need to settle down properly first before you try getting a job. Job could be challenging because they pay here per hour and they make you work like what now? I don't know. Maybe like a slave for those money. So it's good to make money. Just take it easy, settle down properly, understand your academic calendar and how you'll respond to your academic work before you get a job. Then when you get a job, you can earn more money and you can spend and go places. For my school, 50 is cut off. 49.5 is failure. So just so you know, you can have a calendar on your board and put your deadlines there. This is my kitchen though. Put your deadline there and be looking at it. In fact, you can put 2 days behind. If you have 7th of July, so you can put 5th or 4th so that you can work towards the deadline. The days run very fast. Faster than it used to be. Diversity Travel has extra one bag because they're Star Alliance. They've been giving, so when they book your flight, you have extra, which is maybe 23 kg. You have 3 instead of 2. Don't pack too much. Don't pack under fear. Don't panic when you're packing, because most of those things you will not need them here. Just take it like that. Take the most important thing. Some of those clothing, from where I'm coming from, some of those thick clothing, they are useless here. If I wear this back in Nigeria, I will be sweating. If I wear it here, I will need an emergency because I will freeze. So don't take too much. Some of those jackets, those winter jackets, they don't work here. The cold here is crazy. I don't know how else to tell you. But at the same time, don't panic when you're packing. Just take it easy. When you get here, you can buy on Amazon, you can buy stuff, but don't panic when you're packing. Yeah. So that is that about that. Thank you everybody for speaking. Yedesi is a good traveler. When she was talking to her, I was like, good. She needs to take me in one of those streams because I see her post on Instagram and say, Yedesi is everywhere. This girl is living the life. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Madeline, if I'm not mistaken, go ahead.
Thank you. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Great. Thank you so much. Unfortunately, I joined late, but as soon as I joined, I think I got such valuable information. So I think I've got 1 or 2 questions in terms of number 1, getting a job there. I did get you, Evelyn, when you talked about managing it, but I just want to understand how does one get that job, and yeah, I think, do we wait until we get there to start looking for jobs, or do we start looking now, or something like that? And then number 2, in terms of is it accommodation? I know, I mean, we joined late, and somebody's also asking on the chat in terms of, I think I asked in the chat group in terms of on campus or off campus, from your experience. I mean, naturally, everybody wants to save, but then what are the pros and cons of staying on campus, and what are the pros and cons of staying off campus? I think for now, I would say those are my questions for now. Thank you.
Thank you. Sky, you wanna answer the questions? And yeah, this
Yep.
may also add more.
Okay, so I'm going to answer the first question regarding to finding job. So I think my suggestion is that it's best for you to find job when you have arrived here. The reason is that because your chance to get accepted for that job is higher, because they usually want you to be in the UK the moment when the job is actually available. So to make sure on that, you need to be physically present in the UK. And also, if you already apply before you are in the UK, then you might be confused how to manage your life, because really you need moment. You need maybe a month, a week or a month to actually adapt. And if you already apply for work, that will be very hard to manage. But if you are Supergirl, I don't know, maybe you can manage. But for me and most of the people, this will be hard, right? And second of all, tips for finding job. Please check your university employment and recruitment service, because that will be the easiest channel for you to find job, as they also want their students to get job and get the money from them and also get the work opportunity. They also have an interest to make the CV of their students to be excellent. One of way is by giving opportunity for work, right? Do not expect fancy work. Like, for example, I'm an English teacher, so I want to, okay, I'm going to be teaching in the UK. I don't expect something like that. Expect something simple. Do social work, do catering, do something simple, administrative stuff, and something like that. It will also be be proportionally paid. They have a standard for master. If I'm not mistaken, that will be 9.5 minimum payment per hour, right? And If it's like holiday season, then they will have £1 extra, 1.5 pounds extra or something. Maybe there is a bit a different regulation in different town. I'm not really sure, but that's the standard, right? So make sure you check that first. The opportunity is there. Even though you can also find other opportunities outside campus. For example, when you work on the town, they usually have a advertisement like driver vacancy, or maybe caterer vacancy, something like that, waitress vacancy, stuff like that. I know maybe for some of you, oh, I'm not into that kind of work and stuff. But if your goal is actually to get extra money, this is something that you can pursue. Okay, after you settle down, you get the part-time job, you get to know the people, the culture and stuff. Maybe you can aim for bigger fish job, right? Something that is relevant with your passion and stuff. So that's my suggestion for work. And one more, please apply for national insurance number if you want to get a job. I already provide the link on the chat. It's very easy. You just need to answer, and it will come to your door in maximum 8 weeks. Yeah. So please don't forget to apply that because it's necessary. They will ask for your national insurance numbers. Thank you.
Thank you, Sky. Yatis, you want to add more or answer the second question regarding
Yeah.
accommodation?
I actually want to add more a little bit on the job part. I have a different experience than you. I literally started looking for a job while I was back home. And then, so when we came here, we were on quarantine for 10 days, right? Like it was COVID, so we were in quarantine for 10 days. I was literally just like applying for jobs while I was in quarantine. And so it actually took me like a month to get a job after I got here. And what Sky suggested on the university portal. So my university, Sussex Uni, has its own career website where it literally posts any kind of job within the university and also outside the uni. And currently I work, so the job I got while I got here was like a university job. And then after that, I applied for another job and got another job within the uni as well again. So there are different types of job within the university that opportunities are everywhere. And also you can always apply for like student ambassador and student connectors. These are like the most easiest job ever, and they pay good for, like they pay the minimum wage as well. And then it's not a lot of job as well. It's just like doing, like if you're an international student ambassador, it's just getting together once a week and just talking about what you can do for the international students, and then hosting events and all of that. So you can always apply for student ambassador and also all of that. And other than that, you can always it's always good to aim high and also aim low as well, as Sky said. You can always apply for jobs that are related to your academic as well. I'm studying currently childhood and youth studies, and I work within a nursery, and I help so that's like early childhood, which is really related to my education as well. So you can always like look for jobs. There are website where you can look for them. I'll put them on the web, like on the chat, but it depends on your perspective as well, and then it depends on how you're comfortable and then how you're settled within the city. For me, before I came here, my sister studied within the UK, so she had like some advice, so it was easier for me to settle down and look for jobs as well. So if you have somebody, and then like I said, I'm here, so I'm always willing to lend out a hand and lend out an advice if you want anything. So it's always good to have somebody who has the experience within the country before. And what was the second question? Sorry.
Off campus, on campus.
Accommodation. That really depends on where you're from. Brighton is the second expensive city within the UK. I'm not gonna lie, the stipend they give us is not that much. So it's still expensive. I live within the accommodation, within the uni accommodation, and I say that's easier for me because our classes were face to face. So I literally just wake up in the morning and just go for class. And most of my classmates who were living outside used to miss class because the UK weather doesn't want you to get up early in the morning. It's so cold. It's so cold. And it's always like this foggy, rainy weather. So if you're close by, it's just always just to walk to your class and to stay within the library. My friends wouldn't stay in the library. Our library is open 24 hours and I stay like up until I would say like early in the morning, 5, and just walk back to my flat, and that's easier for me. But my friends who lived outside couldn't do that. They would be like, they would go back earlier. So it all depends on your perspective. I suggest within the uni because it's an easier access to your library, to your classes, but also it depends on your city. Like I know London has like mostly accommodations within the uni are expensive, so it's easier to get accommodation outside. So just figure out, like, see which one is easier, which one is like less expensive, and then go for that. And another thing to think about it, if you get an accommodation outside your uni, just know that you have to add transport costs to that as well, especially if you're living far away from the uni, if it's not a walking distance. So just weigh out your options and then see what options you have within the uni and then outside the uni. And then also remember the university accommodations have a deadline if you're applying for them. So follow up the line. I know like Sussex, it's around like August 15. So to apply for university managed accommodation. So it's always good to know like if there are deadlines or anything as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Natumbi, I feel you have something to mention.
Yeah, no, just a quick one on both issues. I think the first one I've been mostly covered, but I think when it comes for me, I applied for jobs on campus initially because I wasn't aware of my surroundings. So when I got to campus, immediately I familiarized myself with how things work and how things look, familiarized myself with the campus jobs office, and then I went and submitted because they would want your BRP to show how many working hours you're allowed to. That's also important. During term time, you have only 20 hours per week to work. Do not exceed the 20 hours. Then when you complete your course, then you're allowed to work the 30 hours maximum. So please do not exceed the 20 hours per week. It could be problematic for you when you decide or when you start working after you've completed your degree, if you want to stay until your visa expires. So that's how I got a job. But I also got a job at hospitality. New experiences because I've never worked in hospitality. So I'll share the link for hospitality. The agency is called Constellation. So it was easier for me to apply when I was here for Constellation because you need to submit your national insurance number, your BRP to show that you can legally work in the UK. So Constellation is just an agency which offers or which is an intermediary and provides hospitality jobs, whether you're washing dishes, you are just cleaning, you are serving food, you are working at retail as a cashier, you work in the bar. So those are the type of jobs that I've worked at, and it was my first time. So just as it's been said, don't expect to get that prestigious job that you had before or the job that you want. And you'll get paid the minimum pay, which is about £9 something. Other jobs pay more, so it's up to you how you search. You may find that you get paid 12 or 15 pounds an hour. I'm not sure, but I think I read on the Chevening website, I just need to refresh myself, that there is a maximum amount that you're allowed to earn per month. So don't exceed that. If they do find out that you exceed that, they will deduct it from your stipend. So just ensure that you are covered legally, both in terms of UK government and shipping, that you don't exceed any boundaries. I'll share the Constellation site so that when you get to the UK, you can just apply for it, and you can use your BRP in the meantime whilst you're waiting for your national insurance national insurance number, because I've been using that and I'm still waiting for my national insurance number. Also, when it comes to accommodation, like Yedesta said, it's up to you. It's basically up to you. Look at your budget, do your research, do what will fit you. Look at your academic program, and see the proximity of private accommodation. Like I indicated, most people, I would have, if I had known, I would have stayed in private accommodation because it's really cheap, but it's half. It's like literally half of what I'm paying for res. So it's up to you. Just do your research. It'll help you just to get an idea of looking at your stipend, looking at the cost that you would have to pay for your food, for clothes here and there, because your clothes might be lighter than what is worn over here because of a particular weather. So just do your research before the deadline of the university, so that you have adequate time and you also know what your budget is and how much you're going to spend on your budget. And look, if you stay at the halls, please look at the contracts. You don't want to find yourself in June looking for accommodation because your 40-week contract expires in June and you can't get private accommodation because these people want an annual contract with you. So please look at those things. Look at the contracts that you sign with the universities. Don't be under pressure when you sign contracts. Read them carefully. If you don't understand, ask the university. Ask us, send an email to Dia, and Dia can ask us and we can help. So those are the tools, or those are the responses that I have. I hope those help. Thanks, Dia. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you so much again. Chanel, maybe the last comment.
Yes, I just wanted to add on the accommodation topic. I think one thing that they don't tell you is the limited time that you have. So please bear in mind that you did get your letter very late. It's in July. And I think that was one of the most pressuring situations last year, trying to find accommodation during that space, because most of the affordable accommodations were already gone by the time of our final award letters. So now that you have an idea, start looking up, do some research, compare, don't waste time. You just have to hit the ground running since you got the letter that you know, okay, you have a foot in. And another thing that they don't tell you, as much as you are going to get a stipend, remember you only get the stipend when you get to the UK. It depends on your accommodation. You do
You're muted, I feel, Chanel.
sorry. I was saying
whenever
okay.
they
Sorry,
don't tell you
computer.
something.
Yes, well, I was saying that it's important that you bring your own money, even though they do tell you that the stipend covers a lot of things. Usually you have to cover your deposit from your home country. It depends on what kind of accommodation that you have. So that's one thing that I had to do, cover my deposit with my own funds. So from now, if you do not have the funds available, I would advise you to at least try assembling it or collecting it or looking for ways to get it legally or whatever means, because you would need it. And your stipend usually comes into play when you land in the UK, and not every accommodation accepts that you get, like, you have a scholarship. Most landlords are like, they need the deposit before you get here, or else you don't have a place to stay and you would not want to be homeless. So that's just something to keep in mind.
Yeah. You reminded me a point. By any chance, if you couldn't manage your accommodation, you might book a room on Airbnb or maybe Booking. These two websites are famous in the UK and around the world. You can book a room wherever you want. You may pay more actually, but you can find some space till you find a good accommodation for yourself. If you are in a big cities like London, Edinburgh, these cities, they have hostels. If you are single, Okay, let me check the name of application. Yeah, it's Hostel Word. This application, we have an application, Hostel Word. Is like an orange color application. You can rent a space of living. It's very cheap, and you can manage it for a month. There are rooms only for female or male till you manage your accommodation. So make sure that you are happy with your accommodation. Accommodation is very, very problematic. I don't know, for me it was like that. I actually I got tired with accommodation, but hopefully now my accommodation is perfect. I feel I'm lucky because I found somewhere good after 3-4 months of getting tired of accommodation. So you can do this. And the people who have family with them, I really recommend you to not bring your family if your accommodation is not secured. You can apply for their visa. They can have their visa, and they have 3 months to enter the UK. Okay, so you can come, and maybe a month, in 2 months you manage everything. You have your accommodation, then you can have their tickets, and they can fly and come to you. I know some of you might feel difficulty regarding this, but it's more challenging when you bring your family and you have the accommodation problems. If you don't have accommodation problems, come together. So wish you all the best. I feel we friends provided a lot of tips and information. We really hope you an enjoyable year, and we recommend you, at least I recommend you, if you work now, just quit or give them your resignation. Take some rest, because you're gonna be out of your country for at least maybe 1 year. So it's like that. And by the way, you can come back to your country anytime you want. Just you have to pay. You have to buy a ticket. I mean flight. So it's up to you. Enter and going out, departing. It's up to you. Your BRP is allowed. So best of luck again. Thank you so much. Thank you, my friends, cheveners, for being helpful at the first moment that we gathered this notion to work with our cheveners. I feel we might not repeat the project again as current cheveners. We feel that this is your responsibility for next year. You do the same if you feel it's useful. If you feel that it's not useful, just ignore it. Okay. Shernal, final comment again.
And something else that I just remembered in terms of travel, I think we also need to keep in mind that there is a limit on the number of days you can spend outside of the UK. Even though they say you can travel, I think we only have a month. So keep that in mind when making your travel plans.
Exactly. So if you plan to go to Europe, maybe you have only 30 days. Okay, for 31, your stipend will be reduced. So it's like that rule of Chevening. Great. So see you in the UK. We are in the UK. If you just arrive, just email us. We are open for coffees, maybe even restaurants, wherever you want. And me and Sky will come together because we both live in the same town. So great.
What town is that, dear?
Lancaster.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Like Sky is back. She's left the UK already.
Well,
Sky, are you still around?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, can I
All right,
have
guys,
a
sorry.
last word for now?
Okay.
I need to go now.
Okay.
Dissertation waiting.
Okay, bye. Sky has the last word, and
Yeah, I have the
it's
last
free to
word.
leave.
Okay, I noticed that there are some questions that are not being answered in this forum due to the limitation of our knowledge, for example, regarding to the pet and stuff. And my suggestion is that you might have another question as well. And my suggestion is that always consult Google for that. For example, if you try to bring animals to the UK, just type like bring animals to the UK and they will have the gov.uk will have answer for you. I already checked it, right? So you can always seek the answer for that. And just a glance of the answer that it won't be easy to bring animal because bringing living things and stuff will require you document, vaccination and stuff. And information is at the gov.uk. So I suggest you to find the answer always on the internet because they have that information there. Thank you.
Bye bye everyone. Welcome to the UK.